let's break down and review The Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2 Episode 1. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe so that you are the first to see my videos. This episode starts off with the CRM blowing up the walls of the main community of Omaha. We already saw them destroy the campus colony in Season 1, but now they're doing it to the main city. And interestingly, although Elizabeth was lying when she told this story, she said that this herd that ripped through this city had over 100,000 walkers in it. So it just goes to show how many people the CRM have killed, because this is a herd that they've manufactured. They've drawn them in over to the walls of the city. As they're watching these walkers infiltrate the city, we hear a crawling on the ground, and this is where Elizabeth says,
"Alert Delta team, we found their Escapee."
Wow, Deadpool crossover. Alert Delta team, they found their Escapee. So this is someone that's escaped under the CRM's grasp. And just look at him, he's burnt, scarred. He's clearly someone that barely escaped and barely survived one of the CRM's attacks. And if you look closely, you can see that he's actually a policeman. He's in police uniform. Aside from the navy blue clothing and the holster, you can actually see a police badge on his far left. Very, very similar to Rick Grimes' police outfit that Deanna gave him back in Season 5 at Alexandria. And that's what's completely gone over my head about this since Rick even left the show. The CRM are obviously on a monumentally different level to Alexandria, but back when Rick joined, Deanna interviewed each member of the group and found out their occupations before the apocalypse. When she found out Rick was a cop, that's what she assigned him to. She thought that was enough. And so the fact that Rick has been gone for so long now in the show, it's been 7 years in the timeline. The term prisoner is very general, because okay, he's a prisoner, he's obviously not allowed to leave, no one is. But doing what for 7 years? What has he been doing? Well, I think we're seeing what he's been doing. This is a policeman working under the alliance of the three. This is an escapee. This is what would have happened to Rick if he dared try to escape. And that's the thing, because when I've thought about the CRM and them finding out all Rick has done, the leader he's been in the main show, surely they'd consider him for a bigger role. We could see Rick next and he's a general, a leader, a major of the CRM. That could be the big twist. He's working for them happily. He hasn't come back because he doesn't fucking want to. He could have lost his memory for all we know. But realistically, Rick can't say anything about the communities, because if he had by now, they wouldn't exist. The CRM would have done exactly what they did to Omaha and the campus colony to them. And Alexandria isn't even nearly as big as this whole city. So if Rick started speaking of the people he saved, or the hundreds that he fought for in the War of the Saviors, or back at the prison, if he told them any of these stories and the people that he's got back at home, they simply wouldn't exist. So exactly like we've seen with the Commonwealth, with each new member being traded in as a bee like Rick was, they ask them of their occupation before the apocalypse, they review them, interview them. So Rick would very likely be a cop of the city that he's been assigned to, the one he arrived in. That doesn't mean that anyone working as a CRM soldier had some military background before the apocalypse and that's how they get to do that. We've seen everyone that trades people in, that's what happens to them. It's the bee who gets interviewed like the Commonwealth. I just think it's really scary that even the cops that work for the law that the CRM have made, even they're not safe. Now, my theory is that Rick will be the one to eventually take down the CRM. All the events of World Beyond open the hole for him to throw the ball in pretty much. And realistically, to the CRM, Rick is just some cop. They don't know what he's done. He's not special to them. And yeah, by the way, on Rick's police uniform that he had back in Season 5, on the badge it says the Commonwealth of Virginia, but I don't think this is any reference to the Commonwealth we've just met in Season 11. I don't believe that Deanna would have had some kind of previous alliance with the Commonwealth and that's how she's got them. This would just be their local branch before the apocalypse that they got them from, because Alexandria is set in Virginia. So it's not that weird that she'd have them. That's so sad. The last word he heard before he died was ho. That's out of order. Then we cut to Iris and she's in a nightmare fighting a walker, and of course she touches her face and pulls it apart and it's a CRM soldier. So in this episode, and it's going to happen throughout this season, Iris sees walkers and has visions that there's a CRM soldier inside, like they're the real enemy. And it's weird because she struggles more with walkers. She has nightmares of walkers, of being a walker, yet just goes out and kills a CRM soldier at the end of the episode. She has no hesitance in killing them. She sees them as the real monsters. I see the majority of the World Beyond characters, even the likes of Elizabeth and Hark, dying by the end of the season. But if one character is going to die, it's going to be Iris. We're seeing so much foreshadowing right now, and I think she's going to get bitten. Her main focus right now is taking down the CRM. She's blinded by her hatred for them, and even starts to see the walkers as the CRM's fault. In season 1, she had nightmares of the walkers and of being a walker. Yet in season 2, it's all about the CRM. She's more hateful of them than she is the monsters. Then there's this scene where Elizabeth teaches Hope a lesson by sending her off after getting Hark to bring her all the way here. That's what season 1 was about. Then she sends her off as one big test. She literally could have died. It was just one big scene of Elizabeth having a stroke and making season 1 pointless.
And getting you to think differently, think more positively about the future. Yeah, that was why we pushed you to go on this journey.
It's like she's trying to convince herself when she said that. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, no, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Then she starts having a mental breakdown in front of everyone.
Predicated on generational education and scientific progress, geniuses are an invaluable resource, but a genius who's a rebellious, strong-willed troublemaker, that's a risk. Don't misunderstand me. You think you can find your sister?
Okay, piss off now. That's gotta be a joke, surely. She basically just sends Hope off to realise what she wants. Hope isn't even nearly interesting enough for me to care about little hallucination scenes or flashback scenes. It was just really boring. And all this did was halt the progress of what we already know is going to happen. Essentially, this was all about Elizabeth's manipulation of Hope and making her feel like it was her choice to join the CRM, so that she wants to work for them rather than her feeling like she's being forced into it. She was almost given the illusion of choice. Then Felix, Iris and Will travel to this new place and we are introduced to the Perimeter, a small village that used to be a farm. Then we're introduced to the head of the Perimeter and her name's Vera. They're all gonna die. In the last part of the episode, in a really weird development, Iris goes out and kills a CRM soldier. It was really weird, but this is her first step to fighting the CRM, and my theory is that the characters in World Beyond are going to start that rebellion. This is the very start of it. Iris has gone out and done that. And I really like the callback to episode 2 of season 1. It's really weird that they would call back to it, because I guess it was her first attempt to kill a zombie, and now she's killed a person. She says that's what you get, and that's what she said back in episode 2 of season 1 when she vomited on a walker.
That's what you get. It's what you get.
Really weird thing to call back to, but obviously it's just showing her first attempt at killing a walker versus finally killing a living person. But with Iris, I don't know if that's actual progress and development in the way that she's getting better, because that's quite a big jump, and she went out and hunted a CRM soldier because of her anger and upset at what happened, rather than defend herself and get pushed into that situation. She did that on purpose. She just went out and did it. Overall, I didn't think it was a great episode. It was really boring for the most part, and all it did was stall what we already know is going to happen. So this isn't a judgment for the remainder of season 2. I do like World Beyond. I see it as just one horrible addition to the season 1 finale. It feels like they rely a lot on the coolness of the CRM, like show some helicopters, show them getting out some trucks and some guns and their cool looking armor. It's always cool to see. I'd be a fool to deny that the CRM look really cool, but this episode completely relied on that, and the story itself was really bad. There's some scenes in this episode that I didn't even talk about in this video because I don't want to. What did you think though? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? What do you think is going to happen with Iris? What other characters do you think will die this season? And what do you think Rick Grimes is doing right now? Make sure you comment down below. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, then make sure you press the like button. It actually helps me out and gets this video seen by more people. And check out my other videos. Check out this one for my review of episode 7 of The Walking Dead. I talk about that weird comment that Lance Hornsby made to Yumiko about friends in high places. If you want to know what that's all about and what that's referencing, then check this out. and make sure you subscribe with notifications set to all so that you see when my new videos are out and when I'm live streaming. I did my first ever live stream the other day, and this happened when playing DayZ. My name's Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm Rick.
Have you got any disinfectant or whatever it is? I've got an infection apparently.
I got some tablets for you.
Thank you.
Oops, I just ate it.
You f***ing junkie.
Yeah, your title kind of scares me, I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa. What's your name?
Hey.
So your name's Steffi. You're giving me a Steffi. Get some... Right.
Yes, hi. My name is Steffi.
Wait, you got shot?
I don't know where. Yeah, someone shot me.
Are you doing this, you little... She's a f***ing decoy. You bastard with your f***ing shorts on. She's got a knife. Nah, bye.